ब्रह्मनाथ। शांति शांति शांति। स्वस्थ। Hello students, in the previous class we discussed about the chromosomal aberration. Okay, in the changes of the, or we can say the chromosomal changes, we discussed about two types. One is your structural changes, other one is your numerical chromosomal change, or we can say the genomic mutation. In the structural change we discussed four types, that is your duplication, deletion, inversion and translocation. And in the chromosomal, numerical chromosomal change also we discussed there are two types, one is your aneuploidy, other one is your euploidy. Okay. In the aneuploidy also we discussed about the hypoploidy and the hyperploidy. Then in the euploidy we discussed about the monoploidy, diploidy and the polyploidy. Okay. Today we'll discuss our new topic, that is your thalassemia. Okay. So simply, what is thalassemia? We know thalassemia means it is an inherited blood disorder in which a person makes abnormal hemoglobin. Okay, see, hemoglobin, what is hemoglobin? It is a protein, okay, which is found in the RBC. I'll write all the points found in the RBC, which helps in carrying the oxygen. But if the hemoglobin which is found is not normal, but in case it is abnormal, so the function of the carrying oxygen or the function of the hemoglobin is being disrupted, by which it cannot do the proper function. Okay, or we can say for the leading to the destruction of the RBC, it will lead to the anemia, means lack of the blood. So before going to the thalassemia in detail, I want to do an example. See, suppose this is one chromosome. Okay, suppose this is one chromosome. Okay, this is one gene, this is one gene. Suppose this is a normal chromosome. Suppose this is a normal chromosome. Okay, normal chromosome, and these are your genes. Suppose these are your genes, this one and these are your genes. These genes will encodes particular type of proteins. Okay, with these proteins which helps in the proper function or the normal function. Normal, it helps in the normal functioning. Okay, suppose this chromosome is mutated. Okay, this chromosome is mutated. Suppose this one is your mutated chromosome. Okay, now these genes are also mutated, we can say genes are mutated. Okay, genes can be, mutation can be of two types. The genes can be mutated, or the protein it's encodes, it can be also of the mutated form. Suppose it also encodes a mutated protein. Okay, mutated gene will encode obviously the mutated protein, which will helps or which will result in abnormal function. Just have this concept which is required in our as we will go further, abnormal function. Okay, simply this is a normal chromosome having genes. Obviously we know the chromosome consists of genes which are the hereditary units. These genes we know which encode specific proteins which helps in normal function. This is the case of the normal chromosome. In the case of the mutated chromosomes, the genes can be mutated, or the proteins which is formed, it can be of the mutated form. Obviously, if the proteins are of the mutated form, then obviously it will lead to not the normal functioning, it will lead to abnormal functioning. Okay, so this is just as a concept you should remember. Okay, now we'll go to the thalassemia. Now I'll write the points. Okay. First point. It is an inherited blood disorder. First point, as I said earlier, what is thalassemia? It is a first point. It is an inherited blood disorder in which the person makes abnormal hemoglobin. First point. It is an inherited disorder in which the person makes abnormal hemoglobin. Okay. Second point. It is an autosomal recessive disorder. In the case of the color blindness or the hemophilia, we discussed those were the X-linked disorder. But this one is your autosomal recessive disorder. It is an autosomal recessive disorder. Okay. Okay. So now, before going to some more points of the thalassemia, first we'll know some few points of the hemoglobin. Just 2 points. First point, what is hemoglobin? As I have said earlier, hemoglobin, it is a protein present inside the RBC which helps to carry the oxygen. It is a protein present inside the RBC, means the red blood cells, which helps to carry oxygen. Okay. Second point, the hemoglobin, the structure of the hemoglobin is, it consists of 4 chains, 2 alpha globin chain and 2 beta globin chain. It consists of 2 alpha globin chains and 2 beta globin chains. Okay. Now come to just for general point, we should know that the hemoglobin, obviously it is a protein present inside the RBC or red blood cell which helps in carrying the oxygen. It consists of 4 chain completely, 2 alpha globin chain and 2 beta globin chain. Okay. Now come to your next point of the, this is some points of the hemoglobin. Okay. Now we will come to the thalassemia. So what happens in the thalassemia? In thalassemia, the mutation or deletion of genes occurs, resulting in the abnormal formation of the hemoglobin. In thalassemia, mutation or deletion of genes occurs, resulting of abnormal form of hemoglobin. Okay. So as I have said in the diagram, suppose a normal gene encodes for a normal protein which helps in the normal function. If the gene or in the chromosome some mutation occurs, or it may be the mutation can be of the gene or it can be of the mutated proteins formation, which will eventually lead to the formation of the abnormal form of the hemoglobin. Okay, which the abnormal form of hemoglobin results, or we can say the abnormal form of the hemoglobin is responsible or is the main responsible for the anemia. The abnormal form of the hemoglobin is the main responsible for the anemia, means simply lack of blood disorder. Okay, so we have discussed. So what is thalassemia? It is an inherited disorder or inherited, please write down, inherited blood disorder. Inherited blood disorder in which the person makes the abnormal hemoglobin. First point. Second point, it is an autosomal recessive disorder, not X-linked or sex-linked disorder. It is we can say it is an autosomal recessive disorder. Then some points of hemoglobin, it consists of, it is a protein present inside the RBC. Okay, or we can say it consists of 2 alpha globin chain and 2 beta globin chain. In thalassemia, mutation or deletion of genes occur resulting of abnormal formation of the hemoglobin. This abnormal formation of the hemoglobin will lead to the, or we can say it is the main responsible for the anemia. You can also say due to the destruction of the RBC. You can add due to destruction of RBC. Okay, if the form of the hemoglobin that is present inside the RBC is abnormal, then obviously destruction or the heavy destruction of the RBC occurs, which is the main reason or the responsible for the anemia. Okay, please note down. Now come to your various types of thalassemia. Okay, so thalassemia is broadly divided into 2 types. Okay, one is your alpha thalassemia. Okay, other one is your beta thalassemia. Okay, further, alpha thalassemia is divided into 3 types. Beta thalassemia is also divided into 3 types. Okay, alpha thalassemia is divided into 3 types. One is your alpha thalassemia minor, alpha thalassemia minor. Okay, second one is your hemoglobin H disorder, hemoglobin H disorder. Okay, and third one is your hydrops fetalis, okay, whereas the beta thalassemia is also of 3 types. First one is your, as this one, alpha thalassemia minor. This one is your beta thalassemia minor. Beta thalassemia minor. Second one is your thalassemia intermedia. second one is your thalassemia intermedia, okay, and third one is your beta thalassemia major, beta thalassemia major, okay. So the thalassemia is broadly divided into two types. One is alpha thalassemia, second one is beta thalassemia. At alpha thalassemia is divided into three types: alpha thalassemia minor, hemoglobin H disorder, third one is hydrops fetalis. Whereas the beta thalassemia is divided into three types: beta thalassemia minor, thalassemia intermedia, and the beta thalassemia major. Okay. Now we'll discuss some points under the alpha thalassemia. First point. As we know, hemoglobin consists of two alpha globin chain, two beta globin chain. In the case of the alpha thalassemia, we'll discuss about the alpha globin chain, and in the case of beta thalassemia, we'll discuss about the beta globin chain. So, in the case of alpha thalassemia, for the formation or the production of the alpha globin protein, 4 genes are responsible. For the production of alpha globin protein, 4 genes are responsible. Okay. For the formation of the alpha globin, the person gets 2 genes from the mother and 2 genes from the father. A person gets 2 genes from the father and 2 genes from the mother. Okay. Next one. The gene, okay, which is used for the production of the alpha globin protein is known as your HbA gene, or we can say hemoglobin alpha gene. Gene which helps in production of alpha globin protein is HbA, means simply hemoglobin alpha gene. Hemoglobin alpha gene, okay, which is present on the chromosome number 16, which is present on chromosome number 16. Okay, so suppose this is a chromosome. Suppose this is a chromosome. Okay, so suppose this is a HbA1, HbA2, HbA1, HbA2. Okay, these are the genes that are responsible for the formation of the alpha globin protein. One is from the mother, one will be from the father. Okay, suppose this one is your HbA1, HbA2, HbA1, HbA2. Okay, so these 4 genes are responsible for the formation of the alpha globin protein. Okay, if in this genes some mutation occurs, that will be responsible for the various forms of alpha thalassemia such as alpha thalassemia minor or hemoglobin H disorder or the hydrops fetalis. Okay, so for the production of the alpha globin protein, 4 genes are responsible. A person gets two genes from the mother, 2 genes from the father. Okay, then genes which helps in the production of the alpha globin protein is nothing but your HbA or hemoglobin alpha gene, which is present on the chromosome number 16. This is very important objective. Okay, chromosome number 16 it is present. Okay, the HbA is present on which number of chromosome? Chromosome number 16. Okay, please note down. Next, we'll discuss in detail about the types of alpha thalassemia. As we know, alpha thalassemia is of 3 types: alpha thalassemia minor, hemoglobin disorder, and the hydrops fetalis. And we know that in the chromosome number 16, the genes that are responsible for the formation of the alpha globin gene protein are your HbA or hemoglobin alpha gene. That are your 4 genes: HbA1, HbA2, HbA1, HbA2. Okay, so in thalassemia minor, okay, what is thalassemia minor? In the thalassemia minor, if 2 genes are being mutated or deleted, means if the mutation or deletion of 2 genes occurs, then it may lead to alpha thalassemia minor. In this, 2 genes are mutated or deleted, or we can simply say, simple way we will write deletion or mutation of 2 genes. Mutation or deletion of 2 genes is found in the case of the alpha thalassemia minor. In the case of the hemoglobin H disorder, what happens? Mutation or deletion of 3 genes occurs. Mutation or deletion of 3 genes. Okay. In the case of the alpha thalassemia minor, there is there is no severe form of the signs or symptoms. Okay, we can say it does not show any sign or symptoms. Okay, but in the case of the hemoglobin H disorder, the signs and symptoms are from the moderate to severe. Signs and symptoms are from moderate to severe. Okay. Next point. In this form, in the case of the alpha thalassemia, it is found the anemia is found. We can say slightly, or the minor form of the anemia is found. Slightly anemia is found, or we can say in the case of the alpha thalassemia minor, mild form of anemia, or we can say slightly form of the minor form of thalassemia anemia is found. 4th point, alpha thalassemia minor can act as a carrier. Okay, it can act as a carrier as it is an autosomal recessive disorder. So it can act as a carrier in both male and female. As we know in our earlier classes, that carrier was only in the case of the female. Okay, but not in the case of the male. But as it is the autosomal recessive disorder, it can act as a carrier. In both male and female. As the thalassemia disease means the frequency of formation of forming of the thalassemia disorder is the frequency is same, or we can say frequency is same in the case of the male and in the case of the female. It is not something like that that it will only form in the male, or this disorder will only found in case of the female. The frequency is same. Okay, so as it is an autosomal recessive disorder, as I have said earlier, it can act as a carrier in the case of the both male and the female. Okay. Next, come to your third and the most fatal, or we can say the severe form of the thalassemia, that is your hydrops fetalis, in which 4 genes are being mutated or deleted. In this mutation or deletion of 4 genes results the most severe form of thalassemia, that is hydrops fetalis. And the baby that is born in this case, it's stillborn. The baby is stillborn. As you know, what is stillborn? Means the baby is already died in the mother's womb, or if it's by some possibility he or she borns, but after sometimes she died, means after some time, few minutes or sometimes of the delivery, the baby died. That is known as your stillborn. We discussed about the stillborn in our earlier classes. So the hydrops fetalis means in this case the death chance is very high, so it is the most fatal form of the thalassemia, or we can say the severe form of the thalassemia, in which all the 4 genes are being mutated or deleted. Okay, if 2 genes are deleted then or mutated, then alpha thalassemia minor, which is a minor form of alpha thalassemia or the thalassemia. Hemoglobin H disorder, in which 3 genes are being mutated or deleted. If all the 4 genes are being deleted or mutated, then that is known as your hydrops fetalis, and in this case the baby is stillborn, means the baby means after the born or after the birth, it may survive for few minutes, or it may be previously died in the mother's womb before the birth. Okay, so in the case of the stillborn is found in the case of the hydrops fetalis, which is we can say the hydrops fetalis is the major or the severe form of the thalassemia. In the case of the alpha thalassemia, it can act as the carrier in the case of the both male and the female, as it is the minor form of the of the thalassemia, and in this case no symptoms or signs are found. But in case of the hemoglobin disorder, moderate to severe forms of signs of and symptoms are found. Okay, and in the case of the alpha thalassemia minor, slightly form of or minor form of the anemia is also found, as it is the minor form of the thalassemia, so slight form of the anemia is also found. Okay, so this is your 3 types of alpha thalassemia minor, hemoglobin H disorder, and third one is your hydrops fetalis. Please note down. So now come to your second type of thalassemia, that is your beta thalassemia. Okay, in the alpha thalassemia, it is regarded or involved or the involvement of the alpha globin chain. In the case of the beta thalassemia, we will discuss about the beta globin chain. Okay, so for the production of the beta globin protein, 2 genes are involved. In the case of the alpha globin protein, 4 genes are involved, but in the case of the beta globin protein, there are 2 genes are involved. For the production of beta globin protein, 2 genes are involved. 2 genes are involved. Okay, you can see easily here. These are your chromosome, and these are your genes, and the genes that are responsible for the production of the beta globin gene or the beta globin protein is your HBB. So second point is a person gets one gene from the mother and another gene from the father. A person gets one gene from the mother and one gene from the father. Okay, the genes which helps in the formation of the beta globin chain or the protein is your HBB or hemoglobin beta gene. Genes which is responsible for the production of beta globin protein or chain protein is HBB, or we can say hemoglobin beta gene. Hemoglobin beta gene. Okay, which is present on the chromosome number 11, which is present on chromosome number 11. Okay, mutation or deletion in this HBB or hemoglobin beta gene leads to beta thalassemia. Mutation or deletion of HBB gene leads to beta thalassemia. Okay, it is very easy to remember. Okay, in the case of the alpha thalassemia, it was regarded with the chromosome number 16. Here it is the chromosome number 11. In the alpha thalassemia, 4 genes are responsible or involved. In this case, 2 genes are responsible. In that case, it was the gene responsible was your for the formation of alpha globin is your HBA, means hemoglobin alpha. And in this case, means the beta thalassemia, the gene responsible is your HBB, means hemoglobin beta gene. Okay, so if mutation or deletion of this HBB or hemoglobin beta gene occurs, then it will simply lead to the beta thalassemia. Okay, please note down. So next, to come to your types of beta thalassemia. As we know, it is of 3 types: beta thalassemia minor, thalassemia intermedia, and the beta thalassemia major. Thalassemia intermedia is also known as your Cooley's anemia. It is also known as your Cooley's anemia. Okay, Cooley's is the name of the scientist. It is derived from the name of the scientist. Okay, so thalassemia intermedia is also thalassemia major. Thalassemia major is also known as your Cooley's anemia. Cooley's anemia. The name is taken from the name of the scientist. Okay, the beta thalassemia major is also known as Cooley's anemia. So beta thalassemia is of 3 types: beta thalassemia minor, thalassemia intermediate, and the beta thalassemia major, or it is also known as Cooley's anemia. So first, in the case of beta thalassemia minor, mutation or deletion of one gene takes place. Mutation or deletion of one gene. Okay, means the mutation or deletion of one gene, okay, of one gene leads to beta thalassemia minor. Accordingly, thalassemia intermedia, alteration, okay, alteration of the gene leads to the thalassemia intermedia. Alteration of two genes leads to, or we can say alteration of two genes, simply we can write up to only alteration of two genes lead to thalassemia intermedia. Now, in the case of the the third case, in the beta thalassemia major or the Cooley's anemia, two genes, mutation or deletion of two genes takes place, or we can say of both the genes, mutation or deletion of both the genes, okay, which are present on the chromosome number 11, both the HBB. Okay. Next, in the case of the beta thalassemia minor, there is no noticeable sign and symptoms are being seen. You please correct one thing. In the case of alpha thalassemia minor also, I have written no signs and symptoms are found. Just add that no noticeable signs and symptoms are found. Please write in the alpha thalassemia minor. Okay. So in that, like that only, in beta thalassemia minor, no noticeable sign or symptoms are found. Accordingly, the symptoms which are found in the case of the thalassemia intermedia are mild to moderate. Mild to moderate symptoms are found. Okay. Accordingly, in the case of the beta thalassemia major or the Cooley's anemia, the symptoms that are found from moderate to severe. So we can write moderate to severe symptoms are found. Okay. Accordingly, as in the case of the alpha thalassemia minor, it can also act as a carrier. Beta thalassemia minor is also act as a carrier. It can also act as a carrier. Okay. Third point, in the case of thalassemia intermedia, as it is the intermedia, it is not much severe than that of the beta thalassemia major. We can write it is not much severe than that of beta thalassemia major. Okay, but the most severe form of the beta thalassemia is the beta thalassemia major. It is the most severe form of beta thalassemia. Okay, as I have said earlier, one gene will be found from a person gets one gene from the mother, one gene from the father, and the gene responsible for the formation of the beta globin, the chain or the protein is your HBB or the hemoglobin beta. It is of three types. Beta thalassemia is of three types: beta thalassemia minor, thalassemia intermedia, beta thalassemia major, or also it is known as your Cooley's anemia. In the case of beta thalassemia, only one gene is being mutated. In the case of the thalassemia intermediate, two genes are mutated, or we can say altered. And in the case of beta thalassemia major, only we can say both the genes, or we can say both the genes are being mutated or deleted. In the case of beta thalassemia minor, no noticeable symptoms are being seen. But in the case of the thalassemia intermedia, mild to moderate symptoms are being seen. In the case of the beta thalassemia major or the Cooley's anemia, the symptoms that are seen are from the moderate to severe. Whereas the beta thalassemia minor, as in the form of, as we know in the case of the beta alpha thalassemia minor, it also acts as a carrier. But the thalassemia intermedia is not much severe than the thalassemia major and the beta thalassemia major. But the beta thalassemia major is the most severe form of the beta thalassemia. Okay, this one is your most. Okay, so this is all about the types of beta thalassemia. One is your beta thalassemia minor, thalassemia intermedia, and third one is your thalassemia major or Cooley's anemia. Please note down. So lastly, come to your symptoms and the diagnosis or the treatment of the thalassemia disease or disorder. There are various symptoms by which we can know that this person is infected by the thalassemia. That is, your first symptom is your bone deformity, or especially in the face. Means deformity means the shape is not normal, or the shape is means a different type of shape is present in the case of the, especially in the case of face. Means the bone or the jaw line is of different shape. Means the bone deformity, especially in the face. Dark urine, as we know, the color of the urine is slightly pale yellow in color. If the color is dark urine, then in that case also it is the main symptoms for the thalassemia. Jaundice, it can also lead to the thalassemia. Delay in growth and development, excessive tiredness, means as the hemoglobin is abnormal type, then the oxygen carrying capacity is lowered and it leads to the excessive tiredness. Okay. And if the color of the skin becomes yellow or pale, yellow pale skin, then it also can lead to the thalassemia. Next symptoms is your enlarged spleen, which is present above the stomach or below the ribs, which act as, it is an organ which act as the filter of the blood. In that case also, if the enlarged spleen occurs, then it is the main symptoms of the thalassemia. Last is your severe anemia, means the lack of the blood, which is also the main symptoms behind the thalassemia. Then these are your symptoms. How it can be diagnosed? It can simply diagnosed by the blood test or the genetic analysis such as amniocentesis. Okay, or we can say by various blood tests. Okay, so what are the various treatments? Simply blood transfusion, as it is the lack of blood basically, or it is the blood disorder, so it can be treated by blood transfusion, or we can say the main or the most used treatment in this case is your bone marrow transplantation. But in the case of hydrops fetalis, there is no treatment, because as we know, in the case of hydrops fetalis, the baby is stillborn, means it is means he or she is born already inside the mother's womb, or if it born somehow, it can only survive for some minute or some time. Okay, so these are your various symptoms, diagnosis and treatments. So your thalassemia is one of the important part of the long question, means 3.5 short notes which is a part of the long question. It is very important. Okay, give some intro, if in the question it comes, then give some introduction, write about the thalassemia as I have told, write about the thalassemia, write about the types of thalassemia, that is alpha, that is beta thalassemia. Okay, then the types of alpha thalassemia, then the beta types of beta thalassemia, then write the symptoms, diagnosis and the treatment. Okay, so that's all for today. We'll meet in our next class. Thank you.